All right, welcome to the Sharp Mind Show, episode 104. I'm Nate, the Fit Future MD, the owner of InserCell, where 30,000 people have decided to become customers of InserCell, and we hope that you become another one as well. Right. And so today I'm going to be talking about the difference between being busy and being productive. Right. And so if you like this, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video with somebody that needs it. All right. And so a lot of people think they're working really hard, right? And they're just not actually working very hard. What are they actually doing? They're actually responding to emails, they're doing meetings, and they're reacting to problems, right? And so this is what they think hard work is, right? And actually what they think productivity is, when in fact, that is just being busy, right? That's the definition of being busy. So responding to emails, doing meetings all the time, just keeping everybody in the loop with the meeting is like one of the biggest waste of times ever, right? People do that all the time. Like half of their job, 20 hours a week, 25 hours a week, is sitting in meetings. When the truth of the matter is, they'd be highly more productive to get that update, uh, read it, and remember it, and then actually go back to being productive, right? And so, what's the difference between being busy and being productive? Being busy is what I said earlier, but being productive is actually working on high value tasks, right? So, when's the last time you spent just 8 hours in a day thinking about a problem and the solution to that problem, right? Instead of doing all this other busy work, right? Is what I call it, busy work. Emails, meetings, and then reacting when problems happen, right? And so there's four things to do or to think about when thinking about being productive, right? And so the first thing to think about when being productive is building systems, right? And so as an entrepreneur, everything you have is a system, right? Everything is um to run a business, you have to have systems, right? And so the first thing you do as an entrepreneur is run those systems, right? And so, or build those systems, I'm sorry. The first thing you do as an entrepreneur is build those systems, right? And so that's your first goal as an entrepreneur is to build systems, right? So spending hours and hours and hours in meetings and doing emails and reacting to problems, not building systems is losing you business, right? Because those systems is what keeps you business and keeps you in business and keeps you from having to be reacting to problems instead of solving the problems before they even happen, right? The second thing to do to be productive is to create assets, right? And so, what are assets? Assets are anything that gets you money in your pocket instead of you having to pay for it, right? Um, Simple definition, but an asset is something that is scarce, can't easily be replicated, has it has it's difficult to recreate, right? And that's what an asset is. And so when you're actually productive, you're making an asset, right? And so creating an asset might take you, 40, 50, 60, 100 hours of straight work to be able to create an asset, right? And so you say an easiest example is writing a book, right? So it might take you years of creating that asset to write a book, right? Um, and but at the end of the day, it's something that is not reproducible by other people. It's from your mind. It's your true thoughts. It's your true definitions of words. You know, and it's your asset, right? And so that is actually being productive, right? The third thing you can do to be more productive is to learn new skills, right? And so my big thing is mindset, skill set, habits, right? And so the the first thing you have to do is be able to believe in what you're doing, but the second thing is to learn the new skill set to be able to do it, right? So I believe, that I can build a t-shirt company like Insercell.com that is a big brand that people know who it is, what it's about. It's about faith, family, fitness, and finances, and that I can learn the skills, all those skills that I had to learn to be able to do this, right? I had to learn about fabric. I had to learn about creating design. I had to learn about inks, different inks, right? I had to learn how to make a website. I had to learn how to do shipping. I had to learn had to learn all these new skills, right? That I have now being the owner of Insercell.com. But that is being productive. Learning a new skill is being productive, not being busy, right? And then the last one is long-term projects, right? So, um, in another example, it's a t-shirt company. But as a t-shirt company, Insercell has to think long-term about the drops that it does, right? And so Easter's coming up right now. The Easter design might have been thought of 2 years ago, right? And been designed 2 years ago and finally coming out for this Easter, right? The stuff like that, right? You got 4th of July, you got all these things, right? That happen. Like you have to have a line that goes along with that, right? With advertising dollars, who you're going to use to promote it, all kinds of stuff, right? And these are long-term projects, right? So that's how you become productive, right? These four things: building systems, creating assets, learning a new skill, and long-term projects, right? So busy people react. They react to what's going on, right? Productive people build, right? They build systems, they create assets, they learn new skills, and they do long-term projects to help their business grow. I'm Nate, the owner of Insercell, where 30,000 people have decided to be customers, and I hope that you become one as well, right? We're going to become a name brand. We believe in faith, fitness, and finance, and I hope that you will join the family very soon. Go check us out at Insercell.com. Make sure you check out my wife's book, Dylan and Davina, The Adventure Begins, available on Amazon, written by best-selling Amazon author Meredith Dillon Johnson. And I hope you like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video with somebody that needs it. This is a short little live. Hopefully I can help you. Episode 104, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.